I hereby reconvene the September 24th, 2013 meeting of the Marion County School Board at 6 p.m. For the courtesy of those listening to the meeting, I'm requesting everyone in the audience, please turn off your cell phones or put them on vibrate. Board, I'd like to bring up our science program specialist, Ms. Jackie Ballas, and Mr. Christopher Haynes, the math program specialist, and they're going to introduce the people doing our pledge and inspiration this evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Crawford. I would like, please, if Suzuka Campagna could come up, and Mr. Tim Peterson, and then I'll be introducing two other teachers. Okay. She's going to do the inspiration for us, and Tim will be doing the pledge.
Good evening. Friday, March 11th, 2011, the school started their day as normal as possible. Most of the schools were preparing for their graduation ceremony scheduled to take place the following week. The diplomas were printed and they were filed, and many of them, everybody, was looking forward to the graduation day. At 2:46 p.m., an evacuation siren sounded throughout the town of Ishimaki, which is located northeast coastline of Japan. The sound was very familiar to all of the residents because they have practiced numerous times over the years. So some of them, they just casually went out the door and started to make their way up on higher grounds. But this was not an ordinary day. An earthquake of 9.0 magnitude generated a huge tsunami. The tsunami carried about the waves as high as 90 feet and moved in over 6 miles inland. I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional. Once the roads were cleared and accessible, some schools lost their entire student body and the entire faculty members. Other schools lost 70% of the student body and many of the teachers. Once the road became accessible, the surviving teachers of Ogawa High School made their ways to their school grounds. The building was standing, but each and every room were full of debris and thick mud. They started to salvage whatever they can through the devastation, and they found diplomas soaked in mud. They made the decision not to reprint the diplomas, but to clean them one by one with their hands. They rinsed them, they wiped them, and dried them, each and every one of them, because they felt that these diplomas were so special, they survived this big disaster. Over the next few days, teachers walked through their town looking for their students. No homes were standing, so they had to go to the evacuation sites and found several students, and they told them that their graduation ceremony is still on. These teachers and staff had their own dealings of losses, but in spite of that, they put some efforts and time looking for their students and made sure that they get their graduation ceremony. This is truly an inspiring story, but we don't really need a tsunami or a great disaster to see the dedication of the teachers and staff members. We can see it here, every day here in Marion County Schools. Thank you.
Good evening. Will you please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
You guys wait up here, and I'll call up. If I could also call Jane Beebe, if you'd come up and join us, and Jasmine Finney. These are our PRISM teachers this year that we'll be recognizing and awarding them some wonderful prizes. And Mr. Haynes is going to tell you all about our PRISM program.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for making time for us this evening. Jackie and I have spent some time getting stuff ready for these teachers. Back in May of this year, we had a recognition ceremony for the teachers as well as the students. And we had a lot of help going into that, so I want to take a moment and recognize a couple names tonight of folks who helped us a lot. Carolyn Wright and Joyce Wirch and Dina Vaughn put a ton of effort into recognizing some of our best science and math students and teachers as well, so they deserve a special thank you tonight. Jackie and I have been here the past couple years presenting teachers, but just as a reminder, PRISM, P-R-I-S-M, stands for Promoting Regional Improvement in Science and Math. The partnership serves 10 school districts across Central Florida, educating nearly 850,000 students. Its mission is to recognize and support outstanding teaching of science and math in the Central Florida area. All of our schools had a chance to nominate science and math teachers, and then we had a committee at the district level made up of district folks as well as teachers, former PRISM winners who went over all of the nominations and decided on the best of the best. And those folks who are here with us tonight are those people, excuse me. So I want to take a moment and recognize them. I need to read one more line here, that this is a letter from the PRISM Foundation. The president is Jim Schott, he used to be a superintendent down in Orange County, and he puts a lot of time and he volunteers a lot of his own time and energy into this foundation. He believes in this strongly. But for the teachers who are here, they need to hear this. In recognition of this remarkable achievement, you will soon be receiving a $250 check, a special certificate, and a unique crystal prism. As a winner, you're encouraged to share your best practices with other teachers. Such activities, of course, must come under the direction of your school district and in cooperation with PRISM as needed to enhance its STEM goals. I joke sometimes with colleagues about any good idea I ever had in the classroom came from someone else. A teacher who had been teaching longer than me or was simply just better than me. And these are some of those teachers who I think are going to pass on those same ideas to a lot of our teachers who need that teacher to look up to and to teach them and give them the ideas that they can use going forward. So we want to recognize these folks one by one. The first one from Emerald Shores Elementary, and Jackie's going to go get those prisms, is Jasmine Finney. Congratulations, Jasmine.
Show the board how beautiful these are. And they're imprinted with the teacher's name. It's just so beautiful that now you get the prism effect.
Then we have from Romeo Elementary, Tim Peterson. Congratulations, Tim. So that was our elementary school math and science teacher. We switch back and forth at secondary level each year. This year we recognize outstanding math teacher at the middle school, and that was Shizuka Campagna from Osceola Middle. And at the high school level, from Forest High School, the outstanding science teacher is Jane Beebe.
Sure.
Take their envelopes so that they're just holding the prisms. Okay. And we'll give you the envelope. Your envelope. Here we go. See you too, a couple more.
Ms. Fellas, I'd just like to, once again,
You know how proud I am, Mr. James, of these wonderful teachers.
I think sometimes we don't recognize the fact that we are part of the Central Florida Coalition, and the PRISM is part of the one of the programs that is presented to all of our students in the 10 counties that represent this. And when I say this to you, it's about our kids being able to compete all over the country. And when we think in terms of Marion County, and we think in terms of about 41,000 or 42,000 as we continue to grow, we're talking about 850,000 students that represent this. This is the largest coalition outside of Miami, the Miami-Dade district. And I just want to commend you guys for keeping us in tune with what is occurring with the other school districts around. Because once we look at what is occurring in all the other districts, and we know that our teachers are up to par and moving our kids forward, I just want to thank them again for being a recipient of your reward. And I want to thank Jackie for all the years that she put into making us top of the line. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. And the PRISM program has been a really outstanding program for students. Mr. Haynes and I have just been going over our scholars also, because if those scholars continue to take good academic growth, they will continue to receive a monetary award from the PRISM program. And that is a group of business leaders that are interested in the science, technology, and engineering and mathematic fields, because that's really, really where the job focus is going to be. And they want to get our students up to that level. And we couldn't do it without the help of these wonderful teachers, because they're getting us there day to day. But thank you, Mr. James. It was a wonderful opportunity to work with the PRISM folks, and they're sharing best practices with all the other districts. We've really learned a lot and gotten a lot of good ideas from meeting with those other program specialists there too. So thank you.
Can I say something before you?
Sure.
Mr. Haynes, I wanted to just piggyback on what you said about best teachers stealing from another teacher. I learned that as a teacher. You know, you steal ideas, whatever they're doing, you need to network with other teachers. And the teachers who are recognized tonight, I know they're sharing their ideas with not just teachers at their school, but in the county, and, you know, and that's what you have to do to be a great teacher. But thank you for encouraging them to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. We're so proud of our teachers.
Mr. Superintendent.
Mr. Chairman, with the exception of item C20, which has been withdrawn entirely from the agenda, I recommend approval of the agenda for the September 24th, 2013 school board meeting with the materials in the board packet, those materials distributed to board members at the meeting, the audio recording and DVD included as part of the official record of the meeting.
May I have a motion on the superintendent's recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. James, second by Ms. Ely. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. May I have a motion to approve the minutes for the August 22nd, 2013 administrative briefing and work session, the August 27th, 2013 school board meeting. Need a motion and a second, please.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Boynton, second by Ms. Ely. Are there any additions or corrections? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion should pass 5-0. May I have a motion to adopt the proclamation designating the first 2 weeks in October as Disability History and Awareness Week? Motion second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by, was that Ms. Boynton? Oh, yeah, Ms. Boynton, and second by Mr. James. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
I'm sorry, I'm a little behind right here.
All right, no watch.
There you go.
All right. All right. And does pass 5-0. Board members, I'd like to bring up Mr. Kevin Christian, our Public Relations Officer, and Ms. Barbara Dobbins, and she's our Director of ESE. And I believe they're going to read the proclamation and do a presentation.
And I will ask Barbara to introduce who she's bringing up as well.
Also with us is Tara Hensley, one of our program specialists for ESE.
I will read this to you. It reads, Whereas the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990 is founded on 4 principles: inclusion, full participation, economic self-sufficiency, and equality of opportunity for all people with disabilities. Whereas to ensure the full inclusion of people with disabilities into society, it is necessary to expand the public's knowledge, awareness, and understanding of the history of disabilities and the disability rights movement. Whereas a key method of promoting such understanding is for public schools to provide instruction in disability history, people with disabilities, and the disability rights movement through curriculum, assemblies, and other activities. Whereas the goals of disability history and awareness instruction include better treatment for individuals with disabilities, especially for youth in school, and increased attention to preventing the bullying or harassment of students with disabilities. And whereas increased knowledge and awareness provides encouragement to individuals with disabilities to develop increased self-esteem, resulting in more individuals with disabilities gaining pride in being an individual with a disability, obtaining post-secondary education, entering the workforce, and contributing to their communities. Now therefore be it proclaimed, the School Board of Marion County, Florida proclaims the first 2 weeks in October as Disability History and Awareness Weeks. And of course, each of you has signed and dated it this evening. So Ms. Dobbins, on behalf of the board and the superintendent and all of us at the district level, thank you for all that you do, and all of your folks as well, the hard work that they do treating our students well. I present that to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome to make comments.
Thank you. Thank you, Board, and good evening. On behalf of all of ESC Department, for over the 8,000 students we serve, we thank you for this proclamation. I do want to talk just a bit about inspiration. I myself was a student who struggled in elementary school. I had to take 9 years of speech therapy due to a childhood illness. And it was those teachers and therapists that inspired me to go into education. And I knew in 6th grade that I wanted to be a teacher. And I did everything in my power to stay focused on that goal and to achieve being a teacher, which I did. As I progressed through my career, I looked at the students who continue to inspire me to this day, all students, that we all are in this room for that same reason, for the kids in Marion County and doing the best. But I want to highlight someone who has inspired me through my professional career as well. Standing to my left is Tara Hensley. If you don't know Tara, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Tara because she is my inspiration. Tara came to Marion County. She graduated from Bellevue High School in the year 2000. Through all of her life, she has struggled with cerebral palsy. She, in her high school career, would go to Maplewood and volunteer in the special needs classrooms. And she went off to college, stayed focused on her goals, and came back to Marion County to serve special needs kids as an ESE teacher. I watched her grow as a teacher at Bellevue Santos, where she did inclusion, where she then went to a dean at Emerald Shores. Then I stole her over to Maplewood as an ESE teacher. And because she continues to serve the students of Marion County in our ESE programs, I stole her over to the ESE department to work as one of our program specialists. And to watch her not once give up through all her difficulties and to give to our students endlessly, it is my honor to accept this proclamation for people like Tara Hensley and all of our ESE students in Marion County. So please join me in honoring Tara and all of our students. Thank you. Thank you, Lord.
Board, may I have a motion to adopt a proclamation acknowledging October 7th through the 13th, 2013 as One Ocala, One America Week?
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Ms. Boynton, second by Mr. James. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion passes 5-0. Board, I'd like to bring up the Ms. Rose Cohen. She's our Director of Equity Assurance. And joining her, I believe, is going to be the Chairman of the Diversity Awards Committee, Ms. Angie Lomax.
Good evening. It is with
great honor that I am a member of the Racial Harmony Task Force here in Ocala. And it's especially honorable this year because we are now celebrating our 10th anniversary. Of course, I was not one of the charter members, unfortunately, but I have been a member of the Racial Harmony Group here in Ocala for 9 years. And it is with my pleasure that I read this proclamation. One Ocala, one America. Whereas every person is entitled to dignity and respect, regardless of race, color, religion, nationality, age, gender, qualifying disability, or genetic information. And whereas the Ocala, Marion County community, like the rest of the country, is becoming more and more diverse each and every year. And whereas One Ocala, One America Week is a community-wide observance that promotes racial harmony and encourages appreciation and respect for cultural differences. And whereas the observance is comprised of a series of events that celebrates our diversity, yet underscores the fact that we are united as one community and one country. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the School Board of Marion County, Florida, acknowledges October the 7th through the 13th, 2013, as One Ocala, One America Week, and calls upon all students, parents, and employees of the Marion County Public Schools and its communities to reflect upon the importance of this observance and to participate in as many events as possible. It's dated this day, the 24th day of September 2013, and signed by each board member. Thank you very much. And on behalf of the Racial Harmony and Cultural Task Force, I would like to present this to Mrs. Angela Lomax, who will be receiving this on behalf of Chairwoman Mary Sue Rich, Councilwoman, Mary Sue Rich.
On behalf of the Mary Sue Rich Cultural Diversity and Racial Harmony Task Force, I accept this proclamation. And as Ms. Cohen said, this is the 10th year of our anniversary, and we will be having all sorts of activities. So I encourage all of you to try to attend at least one of these activities. You might have seen this poster hanging around somewhere. It got all messed up because of the rain today. But this poster, if any of you have seen one of these posters, it says, One Ocala Musical. We're going to have a musical at MTI on Wednesday, October 9th at 6 p.m. And it says, join us as talented singers, poets, and dancers put on a show based around a diversity theme. And many of our school children will be participating in this. And then on Thursday, October 10th at 6 o'clock at the Ed Prosky Recreation Center, it's never too early to start learning about racial harmony and cultural diversity. That's going to be the theme of that diversity social. And it encourages you to bring your children. One Ocala, One America event featuring music, dance, crafts, food, and displays. And then on Friday, October 11th, at Citizen Circle, we're going to be showing a movie in the park. And the movie is going to be 42. I don't know how many of you have seen the movie for 42, but it's a really good movie. And we would like you to come out, enjoy an exciting and free family-friendly movie about the true life story of baseball legend Jackie Robinson. Bring your family, blankets, and chairs. We'll provide the popcorn and the drinks. And then on October 12th, from 1 to 8, we will be having a cultural festival at Citizen Circle. We used to be in the downtown square. It's going to be at Citizen Circle this year. And it says again, join us as professional musicians, dancers demonstrate, and they put on an extravaganza celebration, cultures, and diversity within our community. Try different foods. So we're going to have all different foods from different cultural people and organizations, and so we would really like you to come out. It'll be all day. You can come out and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
And one other thing, board members, I would like to just mention, we normally don't mention this because it's a tickets-only event, but on Tuesday at the
Hilton.
At the Hilton, we will have our kickoff of the One Ocala, One America prayer breakfast. And each and every year, the city does send out tickets, invitations, invites to all of our local dignitaries. So you should be receiving your tickets for that. We highly encourage you to come because this is a special event that we highlight all of our heroes who have made a difference in our community, unsung heroes, people in the background who are supporting and promoting diversity in our community. Yes, ma'am. It's Tuesday,
the 8th at 8 o'clock.
a.m.
And it's going to be Tuesday, about the 8th, October 8th?
Yes, ma'am. And if you don't get your tickets, please let me know because I can get your tickets.
Rose, once again, I just want to thank the committee, and I know how Mary Sue has really worked to really bring all of us together and think about what we do in our community. I know she's been on the council for many years, and this has been one of her pet projects.
Yes, it
I'd
has.
like to encourage all of the board at least attend one of those things, one of the activities that occur, because it's really an opportunity for us to look into ourselves and look into our community. Again, it's a job that you guys do a good job of.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much.
May I have a motion to adopt revised board policy 8.57, auxiliary aids and services for parents/public? Need a motion and a second, please.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mrs. Boynton, second by Ms. Ely. Mr. Superintendent.
The board policy has been revised to clarify who will be responsible for the cost of an interpreter, changing from the schools to the district.
Declare a public hearing. Is there anyone present who wishes to address the board on this revised board policy? Seeing none, I bring it back to the board members. Seeing none, we'll move the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion passes 5-0. There it is. All right. May I have a motion to adopt revised job classification description for computer technician, computer programmer, senior programmer, analyst, and supervisor for curriculum and instruction? Need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Boynton, second by Mr. James. Mr. Superintendent.
These job classification descriptions have been revised to more accurately reflect the job duties and responsibilities of the position, as well as to provide additional information in order to make all of our job descriptions consistent.
Declare a public hearing. Is there anyone present who wishes to address the board concerning these revised job classification descriptions? Seeing none, I bring it back to the board members.
Call question.
Okay. Question's been moved. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. May I have a motion to adopt new job classification description for special needs paraprofessional? Motion and second, please.
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Ms. Boynton, second by Mr. James. Mr. Superintendent.
The new paraprofessional job classification description will clarify the special training and duties required of paraprofessionals who work with special needs students.
For a public hearing, is there anyone present who wishes to address the board regarding the new job classification description? Seeing none, I bring it back to the board.
Call
Board
the
members?
question.
Motion's been moved. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, and the motion passes 5-0.
Wait.
You ready? We have a motion to adopt revised job classification description for web technician. Motion second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. James, second by Ms. Ely. Mr. Superintendent.
The revised job classification description will more accurately reflect the job duties and responsibilities of the position in order to make all of our job descriptions consistent. The revision will also change the name from web technician to application support technician.
Declare a public hearing. Is there anyone present who wishes to address the board on the revised job classification description? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the board. Board members? If not, we'll move the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda, which includes the revised 2013, 2014 personnel list under item 21C, and with the exception of item C20, which has been withdrawn entirely from the agenda. Need a motion, and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion.
Mr. James and Mrs. Egan?
Yes, ma'am. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion passes 5-0. We have a motion to approve the following donations. $2,550.80 to Dr. N.H. Jones Elementary School from Anil and Kavita Guganini. $4,349.36 to Forest High School from the Forest High School Athletic Boosters. Miscellaneous tools valued at $6,000 to Marion Technical Institute from Kmart Distribution Center. $7,500 to Marion Technical Institute from Marion Regional Manufacturing Association. I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Ely, second by Ms. Boynton. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion should pass 5-0. All right. Mr. James, I wonder if I could get you to thank the community this evening.
I have. It would be my pleasure. Again, we look at our community and what they do for public education. And I'd just like to thank the donors that really stepped up and presented some money to us again tonight. And when we receive this money, they have directions and what they want us to do with it and what they want the school to do with it per se. And it's just one of these things where people are continually supporting public education. And on behalf of this board, I'd like to thank everyone that's contributing to it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Board, a few meeting reminders. The next administrative briefing and work session is scheduled for Thursday, September 26, 2013 at 9 a.m. The purpose of the work session is to discuss our legislative agenda. There's also an administrative briefing and work session scheduled for October 3rd, 2013 at 9 a.m. The purpose of the work session is to discuss a potential sales tax ballot issue, the language, and Legacy Elementary Memorial Garden. The executive session tonight we're going to have an executive session tonight, which is going to follow this meeting. It's going to deal with the collective bargaining. And let's see, I'm trying to think who last time I started, but we'll start with, let's just start with Mr. James, and we'll go down the line tonight, huh? Mr. James.
You know, every time I'm trying to be quiet and people don't say, Mr. James, why are you not saying too much tonight? Somebody always do something to make me say something. As I came in tonight, I received a card from the superintendent, and it was from one of the kids that we had at Dunellen High School in 1997. And he's currently a technician out at Ocala Ford Motors. This is not any type of a plug for Ford Motors. But when I read the card, it said, "You remember me because of the fight in Mr. Ravencroft's class. I'm currently a sales manager at automotive at Ford Motors. What we do sometimes, I just want all the board to know, and I was listening to Ms. Stacy and some of the things that she do. Some of the things that we think that nobody's actually looking, there's actually somebody watching you. And when I look at Matt Stewart's card, I said, boy, if a kid come to school, work hard, and behave, and if he's properly placed, good things happen. And this is just remind me of this belief that I believe that if every student come to school, work hard, behave, and properly placed, going back to, I think of my special needs people, when they are properly placed, good things usually happen. And I just want to thank George for bringing this to me and putting it on my desk. It's really one of these things that can lighten people up when they see kids do remarkable things. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Ms. Moore.
Well, I just want to congratulate Mr. Superintendent on his certification from the Florida District Superintendents. Congratulations, sir, on what you do. And also to remind parents of the app, School Connect. I mean, I've gotten some good information from schools daily on it, and it's called School Connect, and you can download it. It's a free app for Marion County Public Schools. Just want to give it a plug out because it's really a good app, and I just look at it, constantly all day, updates, whatever's going on at a school. So it's called School Connect. Thank you.
Ms. Ely.
Okay, I attended the United Way kickoff a week and a half ago at the Hilton, and this is a charitable group that United Way takes care of the kids, the parents, the grandparents in Marion County. This is the one organization that Marion County Schools does support, and I've always been a supporter of this organization. The Childhood Development Services, Head Start, Early Head Start, the Boys and Girls Club. I've been to the Boys and Girls Club, and many of those children get transported there right from school and get help with their homework, and they wouldn't have gotten that help if they had gone straight home. So a lot of good programs on there. Meals on Wheels, there's still like 70 people on a waiting list to be able to get their Meals on Wheels. There's so much that we can do to help our Marion County residents. I would encourage all of you to support United Way. It's a great organization and local. We're helping our own. Thank you.
Ms. Stacy.
I would like to say Thursday night, I went to a great potluck dinner at, actually it was held at Hillcrest, but it was for Francis Marion Military Academy. And they asked me to speak, and I met a lot of the kids, and it was interesting that what the main thing when I asked the parents, what do you really like about this school? It was the discipline, consistent discipline. And the students love it because they know where they stand and what they have to do. And I just wanted to share, it was a great evening. They had huge participation. I was amazed because I've been to schools that were 5 times as large as that school with half the participation. And so it was great. They were asking for parent volunteers and all kinds of things, the way that it, the way I guess that it was when my children were in preschool, where the parents came to the school and volunteered, and they don't care if you sweep, they don't care what you do, but just to be there, walk the halls, just kind of be there so the students can see that you care. And so I thought that was a great thing that they're doing, and I'm sponsoring a student at Francis Marion, and excited about that. I had wanted to be involved with the Take Stock in Children, but instead I'm going to do this particular little girl, and so she's my own Take Stock in Children project. So anyway, I want to thank the Marion County School System for moving along with that charter school, and we're looking to have a middle school charter school for Francis Marion starting next year. So I'm excited about that, and thank you, board, for what you do for Francis Marion. Thank you.
Madam Attorney, anything? Madam Secretary? Mr. Superintendent.
Thank you. Just real quickly, Mr. Carver, it's already been mentioned, not our student enrollment. I've shared with you at a work session before, but we are now 50 students over our projection. We are very near that 42,000 mark, Mr. James. We currently have 41,982 students, so we're growing, and we like to have those additional numbers. You might have seen in the newspaper, and I can announce to you from the foundation, that our Teacher of the Year nomination process is underway. Once again, the foundation has given the community an opportunity to nominate a teacher as a community nomination, and you might be hearing more about that. I know that you've already marked your calendars, but I'll remind you again that the Golden Apple event will be on February the 21st, and this year will be held at the Circle Square Cultural Center, which will give us a little more room out there. And finally, we thanked people for their financial donations and the various things they do. Let's not forget that today we had a great Altrusa-sponsored read-in at almost all of our elementary schools. We had many, many community volunteers. Many on our staff went out to elementary schools and volunteered to read today. And my personal thanks for all of them to impress upon our children the importance of learning to read and read well. That's all I have, sir.
All right, thank you. Before addressing the expulsion matters, I wish to acknowledge that the board members have received the alternative placement list for the students through September 6, 2013. Is there any parent in the audience who wishes to speak on behalf of a student regarding a disciplinary matter? Seeing none, may I have a motion to approve the expulsion of student JD 14-01 with educational services through the 2013-2014 school year? Need a motion and a second, please.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Ms. Boynton, second by Ms. Ely. Any discussion?
No.
Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Okay, motion does pass. Board members, does anyone know of any other business that needs to come in front of the board this evening?
No.
Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Ely, second by Mr. James. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, that passes 5-0, and we stand adjourned.